To record on this computer, yes. Okay. Happy Monday, you guys. I cannot believe, first of all, that it is only the 4th of the month. Is it the 4th? Yeah. I feel like it's been like 12 days because we are killing this first of the month. Like, I don't know if you feel all the excitement and all the fun, but I'm feeling it. It is super fun. Even though I have not personally signed anybody yet, I do intend to use all of my codes, Lord willing, right? I am just having so much fun seeing all of you guys working hard and excitedly and getting like that kind of gumption. I've used that word twice today, which is a weird word. But I feel like that's kind of what is happening. It's a lot of good old fashioned gumption happening, but just so many cool things. And I just wanted to praise people for, which is the first of my alliterations that Brandon makes fun of me for, is demolishing goals, right?
Sure
I said I grew up in the Baptist church way too much, all of my bullet pointed titles of things. First of all, I cannot not address, like, I know there is so many more things to celebrate for people than just recruiting. Like, this business is very multifaceted and you can be working your business in a million other ways than just recruiting. But we had 2 ladies get their ALA in the first 2 days of the month. One of them got it on the first day of the month. And she is not on the phone right now, but Joni Chardine, super proud of that lady, got her ALA day 1, used half of her codes up already, and she is pumped and ready to get her iPad. So way to go, Joni. We're all proud of you. And then all the way from Niger, Africa, Asia also has already used how many of her codes, Jess? 5? I think she's used 5, and she's signed. Yeah, she signed up 5 and signed up a 6th person, but under her new level 1, trying to help her go silver. So
and
technically has
3
signed
more.
up. Yeah, 6. And yeah, she's about to sign 3 more from her event. So all the way overseas, working with like no internet and on a different time zone. And you guys, that's one of the things we're going to talk about tonight is grit. And this girl's got some of it. So way to go to Asia, who is over there on the other side of the world right now, sleeping hopefully. And Erica went silver. I know she was working tonight, I think, couldn't hop on. She's gone silver already, but so many of you guys, y'all, we already have 20 people signed in the first 4 days of the month. February was a short month, but we only had like 40, 43, like in the whole month of February. So we're already like halfway there on day 4. And this is what a normal Emerald team, like this is kind of what it feels like when we're all feeling that excitement together. So super, super excited for what the rest of the month holds, because that just shows that the numbers are coming from everywhere and everyone's seeing a little bit of this success, and each team is really getting excited, which is exciting for me to see all of it kind of happening. So super pumped. So who all is hosting or has hosted a party for our event week, either before this or has one scheduled for this week? Stephanie does. Hey, Catherine. Yay. Holly did hers. I'm so excited. Who is sponsoring someone to host a party or multiple people to host their parties this week? Awesome. Awesome. Yay. And I just you've done like 3, 4 already? We just finished one for Laura, and we are working with all of those people to get them in and seeing everything today. Okay, so that is all of my people demolishing goals. So I didn't want to just do the same. I like to do the same. I'm a creature of habit, and I like to just have like this normal thing that we're doing of the goal setting. Every month we have a goal setting sheet, and we do the vision casting reset questions. We can still do those, and you should still be doing those on your own, and I will for sure make sure those are posted and available for you. But if we just don't even just remember why goal setting is important and that we even want to do it in the first place, it is not super helpful. So intentional business tracking and goal setting is important. We love to get caught up that this is a people and relationship oriented business, because it is. But if you are intending for your paycheck to grow and you are intending to rise in the ranks or to be in Maui or to retire your husband or to pay off debt, there has to be some business intentionality involved in that. This is fun to do, and it's awesome to help people outside of all of that stuff. But if you're on this call tonight, there is some level of desiring that financial freedom aspect there. And that is the part that does require some intentionality with time, some intentionality with understanding business and keeping people just as much as recruiting new people, right? So we're going to have all of the files uploaded to make sure that you've got your goal setting, your vision reset questions, because keeping your belief and having that why at the front of your mind is so important. Why are we doing this? What are your financial goals? Obviously we want to know your health goals because we want to be a product of the product, but who do you see yourself as in the next 5 years? Where do you see your family? What is your financial situation in the next 5 years? Do you see yourself in Maui? And if not, why? Why not you? What is in here that is holding you back from thinking that every other person who started where you are wasn't just like you? Because they were. I started off with 0 and went straight, 1, 2, 3, 4, like all the way, just like you will, and just like you have. And so that is a question I really want us to begin asking ourselves. When you see someone, and instead of like you see someone successful, instead of setting that as a goal for yourself and say, why not me? Why, if she can do it, why can't I do that? You're not allowed anymore to say, oh man, that must be nice, or oh, that will never be me, or man, it's just so hard for me. Like those are the things that come natural. Raise your hand if you have done that before. It is very, very true. But I'm here to tell you that we're going to talk about growth in just a little bit, and that is part of it. And what separates those who achieve from those who only are dreaming about the achievements, there's really only one thing, and that is activity and constant activity, right? Being in and deciding and just seeing that and not allowing the head trust to keep you from activity. So we are going to demolish some huge goals this month. I don't know about you, but we're already on track to have our biggest month in probably a year. And it's only the 4th day of the month. And it's exciting because I'm seeing each of you have this little light turn back on, like in your heart and in your minds of like, this is fun. This is possible. Like, look at the growth on my team. Like, these events are cool. Like, it's something different. It's helping us do what we always have done. But it is a new way to kind of get that in there and get all these people we've been talking to forever in one place and be like, here it is, So event week's a whole lot of fun, but it's also what happens after event week that's going to help you demolish your goals, whether or not you're going to duplicate this. Maybe you don't want to adopt this as an every time thing, as a launch party for every single person who joins your team. That's okay. Maybe like Jesse's team is rocking and rolling. They are loving this stuff, but maybe your team has really just rocked and rolled with the cold messaging and the kind of more regular style business. That's okay. No one is saying that you have to do it a certain way, but find what works and run with it. Our top ambassador in our entire company, Brooke Hemingway, who is going to be the next Double Diamond, she literally said when someone asked her when she went Diamond Emerald, like, how are you doing this? And what she said is, I found a system that worked and made sense to me, and I ran with it. Okay, so find that. Find your why. Find that system that works for you and run with it for the love. Don't allow your mindset to hold you back from the skills. And if you didn't get a chance to watch the video I shared today about my devotional this morning and about the story of David and how that kind of spoke to me today of like, if God has brought you to some sort of situation, even if your training or your upbringing or whatever doesn't look like anyone else who has made it through that circumstance, like God has equipped you with experience and with every skill set and gifting needed to accomplish the goal that he has put in front of you. And so be confident in that. Be you. Use your strengths and just go for it. Go watch that if you need to be encouraged in that area for sure. So I wanted to talk to you about developing grit because it is one of the things that Brandon is really good at that I struggle with. Enneagram-wise, I am a 5 and a 6, which means I'm a very introverted head type. If you don't know much about the Enneagram, please message me afterwards and I will send you the link to the test because it is super informative and helpful in helping you grow outside of your personality. Also understanding other people is awesome. But grit is something that I have struggled with for a long time because I am a very content person usually with my circumstances. I'm not usually content like in my mind, like on certain things. I'm constantly thinking about things and questioning things. But with material things or with like the situational stuff, like I'm a very like, oh, well, I'm fine where I'm at. Like I don't need more. Like I hope I don't necessarily have less, but I'm okay with whatever. And that doesn't really help when we're like talking about goal setting and like achieving and forward movement. But the biggest thing that I think has helped me in this journey so far is the big things of just not quitting, right? Because not quitting doesn't look like, hey, I'm stopping doing that. Quitting looks like, I'm not going to think about this today. Or, you know what? This just isn't working for me right now. I'm going to set this aside, or I'm just not going to post anymore for a little while. Like, even in our daily stuff, we can quit on ourselves, and then you're having to start over. And there's a great quote that said, if you're tired of starting over all of the time, you have to quit quitting, right? So we have to let that mentality go. If you want this business to work, if you want to see the financial freedom, if you want to build an impactful team that is flourishing and growing and you're changing lives out the wazoo, you definitely have to have a mindset that is quitting and is just ready to go for it through everything. So developing grit has been a process for me, and I'm still working on it. So I'm not coming at you there. But it is something to me where this has been complete provision for our family. And so not only did I not ever have a choice, like I can't quit myself on this. Like I am a 6, which is a loyalist. And I'm like, I have all of these incredible people. Like, where would I go? Right? Like, what would I do if I walked away from all of you? Like, I just can't even. And so that's what drove me to not want to ever stop doing what I'm doing. Like, how can you with all these lives changed, right? But you have to find that inside of you. What is it? Is it your child? Is it that you want to be able to provide an incredible life for him and you don't know what else is going to do that except for an opportunity like this? Is it the debt? Is it just knowing that you were made for more, a la Rachel Hollis, right? What is it inside of you that you can work on every single day to develop grit? Because maybe some people are born with it, but honestly, I totally think it is a environmental trait that maybe certain households or certain circumstances people have been through. But also I think it's a learned skill as well. I have been, for the first time in my life, waking up on purpose really early almost every single day. And after a few weeks of doing that, like, it is a cherished time for me. I'm like, I tell Brandon, I'm like, I just am excited to go to bed because I'm excited to wake up in the morning and like have alone time and like get my quiet time done and just sit by myself and work on things that I need to work on. Like, it is a cherished time for me. And even that, for me, having a daily discipline like that, I had to work at that, but I had to choose something has to change. And that is where we're going to move real quick into desiring growth. Because if you want something to change, you have to really start desiring it. So I was listening to, and I shared, I hope you guys listened to it too, the Rachel Hollis and John Maxwell podcast. Did you see or hear that podcast where she interviewed him? It was so good, y'all. Like, I am not a 100% Rachel Hollis fan, but I do love a lot of what she does. And when she interviewed him, like they incorporated a lot of the faith stuff because he is a super strong Christian. And so they brought that out in each other and talked about a lot of that. It was really cool. But he said some really great things that I want to chat with you about real quick. And it said, Brandon's throwing stuff at me. He said, everything that's automatic is downhill. I want you to think about that for just a second. Everything that is automatic is downhill. He said, getting older is automatic. That's for sure downhill. That is where all of the sagging and everything comes from, right? That's downhill. Getting older is downhill, but growth is intentional. And he made the like connection to like, just because someone's 75 doesn't mean they're wise. You know, they might have experiences and stuff that make them wise, but like intentional growth is what brings wisdom into people's lives that like someone might speak into. So like, just because 2 people are 75 years old does not mean that they're both like equally, right, wise and giving counsel. It's like who has like intentionally grown more in their life through circumstances and through whatever, that they actually have the wisdom. And so for me, that was really big, is because I feel like as a whole in my life, I have shied away from growth. I've just kind of felt like what I've got's been working for me, and I can get by with my charisma or with, you know, the smarts that I have or what I've learned so far, and I'm doing pretty good, right? Like, I quit school twice and I got a job and I was making more than most of my friends who went to school. So like, whatevs, like I don't need I don't need all that. But here's the thing. Everything that's automatic is downhill. Has been my lid, and I put my own lid there by choosing to not grow. And I'm working my way, punching through that lid by now choosing to do some of that and to finally listen to all of our really smart uplines who have gone much farther and faster than I have, about growing and doing personal growth and making sure that you are renewing your mind in the word, but also like reading books that are helpful, that are helping you with your positive thought life and your want to succeed, your understanding of our career. Our career is network marketing. Like, yes, for the love, understand Plexus, understand our products, but like, we have an opportunity because of this incredible industry, and it does work a certain way. And so there are incredible books on that. It is basically sales. So there are great sales books. It's a people business. So are we growing and developing our people skills? There is so much growth that can be done. And honestly, if we think about it, to be Proverbs 31 women or to be the people that we really see ourselves as later, like that's going to take a lifetime of growing, and we should be okay with that. I love another thing he said, success is not a result of success. Success is a result of growth. And I love that too, because we see all the time those pictures. It's like success is not a straight and narrow from like starting to success, right? It's that whole fail, learn, curve around, fail, like learn again, curve back around. And then that's where success is. And so it's not always just about failing and having bad things happen and not doing well. It's about what am I learning in this circumstance and how am I growing through this and how am I going to do it differently next time so that that doesn't happen again. And it's that growth, that's that intentional growth that's going to get you to the eventual success. And then Rachel Hollis piped in and she was like, growth is so good for me, but rarely feels good while it's happening. And that is so true. Like you think about growing pains of any kind, whether it's in your marriage, like, I mean, good grief, what other kinds of growing can we discuss? But like, it doesn't feel good to be refined and it doesn't feel good to fail. We want, like, our desire is to like have that straight and easy and have that shot straight up. But anyone who is successful will tell you that it never is an easy road. But it's a road that they have chosen and they have sought after and that they have gotten up time and time again and decided, you know what, I'm going to live differently. I'm going to choose to go this way and I'm going to grow out of these circumstances. And that is why we see them all as successful people today, because they didn't stay where they were. Another quote from that podcast was, average people want to see you staying average. And so let that sink in. I feel like I've been an average person probably in my life. Anytime that we look at someone succeeding and be like, you're like, oh, good for you. I'm being average, you know, like I'm not happy for that person. I'm wanting them to stay where I am because it makes me feel a little bad about myself that I'm not there, right? Average people want you to stay average because it makes them feel bad that you're going to leave them where they're at, because why? They don't want to grow. I didn't want to do what it took to go there yet, or I haven't been around long enough to grow enough to get to where that is, right? That is coming out of that average mindset. So I'm going to let Brandon talk for just a little bit because he is a natural in a lot of these areas where I have had to work on. And he has been having a front seat to this business for the last 3.5 years. And I'm so thankful that he went from super skeptical husband, for those of you who don't know him, like totally was uber skeptical in the beginning, like did not want me to do any of this and was like, whatever, it's not going to work. Started on some of the products himself, saw some good results, and then saw our team slowly start to build. Mary Catherine had some success, and then his mom had some success, and he was like, okay, maybe there is something to this. And so over time, he has just become a strong partner in this with me, and I couldn't do this without him. So take it away, honey.
Hey guys. She literally just moved out of the way and I'm sitting on the floor. I know this is recorded, but I apologize for my attire. But just know that I smell way worse than I look right now. So you guys are all really lucky that you're not right here.
I think you look great, babe.
Hey, thanks. What exactly did you want me to talk about?
I don't know. Just whatever
Cool.
you feel led to.
So
Potentially about demolishing goals, developing greater desire.
I've prepared a lot for you guys tonight.
He gave me his whole speech 2 days ago, and I was like, yeah, okay, say all that again on Monday night in front of everyone.
I'm a very spontaneous human, so I told her that when I have these thoughts that I just have to do it right away. But she is the opposite human, and she's a very methodical person. And so she was like, well, I just posted on the page. And so I had to wait. And so now I don't remember anything. No, I feel like Sally and I are very different. Man, this is weird. Like she's literally right beside me staring at me. It's weird. We are very different. She is if you do follow Enneagram,
I'm a weirdo and he is a normal human.
She's introvert, I'm extrovert. She is what else? Methodical, sometimes spontaneous too, but anyways, we have a lot of things that we kind of balance each other out on. And for what we were talking about the other day was just having different voices of the like a challenging red personality, whereas Sally is more. If you're not familiar with some of these things, then you can ask us later about what that is. But Sally's more of like what, green?
Yeah.
5'6", 6'5".
Mm-hmm.
Enneagram. Man, this just sounds really goofy if you don't know what we're talking about. Red
colors and numbers.
6, 5, 7, 8. But anyways, so for me, what we wanted to talk about was just the idea of like just going for it, getting to a place of, and what's crazy is before I even got to say this, you guys kind of just went for it, so it's great. But I do feel like that there are just times where, for me, I'm the type of person that needs to get kicked in the butt, and needs to get, as I like to say, punched in the gut, because that's just something that that is just something that's good for my type of personality. And
I don't punch people a lot, so
I punch people all the time.
Some people need
constantly.
Punching.
I mean, literally punching people. So my thought for you guys is just simply like there comes a point where you have to draw a line in the sand. If this does not compute with you, then that's totally fine. But for me, I get to the point where a challenge is good for me. Challenge is something that I need. If someone will kind of get in my face about something, even if it makes me a little bit mad, I'm probably going to do it, and do it even angry if I have to. But I'm going to do it. So there comes a time where you have to draw a line in the sand. You have to get to a point where you are going to just say, you know what, it's this or nothing. It's now or never. And if you don't get to that point, and you just play with it, then it will really not turn into much of anything for you. There's a saying in this business that is, treat it like a hobby and it'll pay you like a hobby. Treat it like a business and it'll pay you like a business. And too often, because this job it's simple, but it's not easy.
Yeah.
Right. And it's also not just simple, but it's easy to be lax, because nobody's really holding your hand.
We're not our own best bosses.
Sometimes, yeah.
I'm not my own best boss.
And so a lot of times it comes to a place where we really just need somebody to kick us in the pants, and get us going. So for me, what I would like to be, hopefully, is every once in a while just at least show up and be that alternative, that alternative voice, if you will, just because that's what works for me. So I'm speaking from my
He
own
listens
place.
to me all the time, and in love is just like, man, that would not motivate me at all.
I'm a really good husband. Let me tell you about it. Just constantly building her up. But seriously, my goal is that hopefully we can just kind of challenge each other. And for the people that, like I said, the people that this connects with, if this is not something that you connect with, when you see my face, probably don't watch that video. Probably
He's so
don't
nice.
jump
I
on
feel
that.
like you're acting like you're gonna be like mean.
Maybe I am. You don't know. I'm spontaneous. If I feel like being mean, maybe that's what
You're like the least mean person ever.
So anyways, it's just something where if there seems to need a challenge there. But anyways, if you see my face, I think that's kind of the route that we were talking about, was to just have two different voices, just simply because we are very different in our leadership style. Again, the spontaneous aspect of it and the passion in that is a lot of times in the moment. So it might not be perfect. Sally has given me some unmethodical reign and spontaneity with some of that, so that's good.
I ripped it away from my body and like cut all of the tendons and was like, here, you can take it.
Yeah, because she was like, oh, but there's been 2 posts on there or whatever. So so I do want I do just want to help us. And this month, you guys are already stinking killing it.
I know.
So it's
I feel like the total, that's like, I don't want this to be like a down thing. They're going to yell at you on things.
See, though? You see what she's doing? She's apologizing for it already. That's what happens.
This business is too important for all of us.
I don't want you to get mad.
For all of you, like for me to not give you what you need in terms of like boosting you up. You know what I mean? Like we got to fire you guys up.
Yeah, I won't yell at him.
He won't know. He's a good coach.
Except for Josie. I'll probably yell at Josie.
Josie likes it.
Josie's like, what did I do? I'm just messing.
Mary Catherine likes to be yelled at sometimes. We yell at Mary Catherine. But because like goal setting is hard, we are not our own best friends when it comes to being a boss. And if you're anything like me, you can get stuck in this content area of like, well, it's not bad, but it's not great yet. You know, like I'm okay where I'm at. And I know all of you looking at this call, like each one of you has massive goals for your family. Like you have massive dreams, whether it is far off in the future and it's going to take a lot of saving and whatever to get there, or if it's like, hey, we could knock this out in 3 months if we really put pedal to the metal and like just get there. And so where I fall short in those areas, that's where I'm hiring the help and getting him to come on and just encourage with us. And he has a great preacher's heart. He is a preacher's kid. So he'll preach at us some, which will be good. But ultimately, this is about goals. We have 2 ways that you can really start to think about your goals tonight. And that is in your convention credits and in your points and rank. Because this month is a game changer for all of our businesses. These 6 free enrollment codes and the way these events have been going, this is a game changer for where you're at in your business and for where you think you can be and how long you think it's going to take for you to get there. If you're looking at convention credits thinking, man, the $50 store voucher is going to be great. Well, what's next? What's the one above that? $150? Okay, what's after that? Winner's dinner? What? Like, set your sights high and let's figure out what it's going to take for you to get where you want to be, and let's work backwards from there rather than saying, well, this is how it's been going, so this is probably where I'm going to fall right around here. That is safe. That's my normal. That's where I go to of like, okay, if we can just keep this, then I'll get about there. Like, no. I would love for our team to be one of the top 25 who gets, y'all, did you see, okay, I don't know if you saw this, top 25 teams get 5 people plus drawn. Yourself, right? Yeah, you get picked and you get to bring 5 people from your team to the trip of a lifetime it's in Scottsdale, but I think they just mean like it's going to be ridiculously like pampering and insanity. Because you get like specified training. And you get to bring 5 people on your team. Like that's crazy. And I would love to say I was on the Jewel Threader and I was like, all right, so whose butt am I supposed to be kissing for the next 2 months so I can be picked? And I was like, wait a minute. why not me? Like, why can't our team be a top 25 team? Because we can. There's 2 full months left. You know, like we have to get out of that mindset of like, oh, that's for them. The gala's for those people. Winner's dinner, maybe in a couple years, that'd be great. Like, why not us? Why not you? Why not this year? And the only thing separating us from that is action, excitement, and just going after it, right?
And there's a difference between, I mean, you can dream all you want to, but you do have to do something about it.
Yes, he reminds me of that all the time.
I don't.
You do with your face. Your face reminds me of that all the time. Cool. Anyway, I hope this was beneficial for you guys. I really love our just like quiet, like let's go through our reset questions and get our minds right. But I do think that goal setting is a lot more than that. And if we really are going to set goals to like pump ourselves up and go after them, it's going to have to look a lot more like dreaming big and kind of kicking ourselves in the pants and just like going for it together versus just like writing it down and thinking about it.
And because this was another thing we were talking about too, because it is now or never. I feel like this is the month of months to do it.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. They have given us growth on a silver platter. I still cannot believe that they gave us all 6 free enrollments. Like, do you know how much money that is that they are taking out of their pockets and just giving to us? Like, to grow, like our company loves us so much. They believe in our company and our products and they know where we're headed. Like, we have become an almost $1 billion company way faster than anyone in our industry thought that we would. And our company is doing it right. Their morals, their values are all there, and they are for our field. Our compensation plan is for us, not against us, and so is this growth. So I am just like super thankful for this, and I don't want to squander it, and I hope you don't either. And as a team, I'm just telling you, this month can continue to be massively huge, but each of us has to decide every day this month to be excited about the possibilities and to take action in order to see them come to fruition. So, who's excited?
I was raising it.
He was a low raise. Also, who is excited about their 6 codes?
Yep.
Who has head trash every day saying, crap, how am I going to get 6 people to sign up? Who's going to get over it? Me too. Me too, because I do not want any of those codes to go to stinking waste. And we have so many extra codes. Y'all, do you know how many people on our teams got these codes? I'm like, who got all their codes? We got to give somebody these codes. That's like $40 every time. So, okay, I love you guys so much. I know we just rambled for like 8 extra minutes, but ultimately, as a Baptist pastor would say, we want to help you demolish your goals. We want to help you develop grit and also model that for you. And we want you for yourself to be desiring growth, because growth is painful and it is not the fun parts, but growth is what gets you to that place where you see all of the people you say, why not me? I can be there too. Growth. Is there anything else I'm supposed to be saying, everyone else?
No, I'm just, if you need help with some of this stuff, if you need help with goal setting, if you need help with working backwards from points or credits or anything like that.
He is a master mathematician in our back office. We will do that for you. And another thing Tara Castaneda was saying, which I will post that video in the link to this team call recording and make sure that all of our goal setting stuff is up. She started looking at her team from a bottom up perspective of like, where are my points coming from? Who's added at least 1 person? Oh, if that person adds 2 more, they'll go silver, and then they'll go super silver. And if that person goes super silver, this person can go gold. And if they go gold, this person's going senior. You know what I mean? Like from that bottom up perspective of where you're using it, rather than saying like, I need to do this and my team has to have this many people. Where is that coming from? Go ahead and look where are your points already coming from, and then develop into those people, levels 5 and up, and say, all right, well, this is how this person's going to go gold in the next month. This is how this person's eventually going to reach ruby or wherever that is in your team. And if you're going for silver, let's just do the dang thing. Stephanie's ready to do the dang thing. We're doing it. All right. We love you guys. I'm going to post a recording for this, so make sure all of your teammates jump on. You can forewarn them that it'll be a lot of ridiculousness. But key point, it's only the 4th. And we are rocking and rolling, and you guys are going to unlock some really cool prizes. Oh, I forgot. Where is that thing?
I don't know what thing you're talking about.
I'm in my pajamas.
She's gone.
Also, I don't have a bra on.
She's back. Don't say that.
Okay, sorry.
Too much information.
This is my favorite thing that I got from Hawaii. And also, I'm a loyalist, so I have trouble letting go of things. And if I've also does, and I'm like, do I want to give this away? Okay, yes, I do. Do I really want to give this away? This is, okay, also, it may not be as exciting to you because I do get excited about the little things. But this is a phone holder charger. Look how cute it is.
She doesn't need it anymore either because her phone's broken.
My phone doesn't work, so who needs a charger? Anyway, it sits like a little beach chair, and your phone sits in there. Mine's in the refrigerator, or you would be able to see it. No, it's not still in the refrigerator.
No, it's not still in the refrigerator.
But it says Plexus Emerald Extravaganza Grand Walea 2018, and it says Plexus on the back. And it's just super cute. We get every day in Maui, there's a new gift on our pillows. Like instead of chocolates, they give us gifts, and it's all these fun, cute things all the time. Did I say that?
No. I just wanted to point out that.
Does anyone out here say pillow?
I feel like maybe.
Maybe a couple Northerners might.
She left. Kim, I was going to make fun of Kim. Carroll,
Kim probably says pillow. Anyway, this is what you have to look forward to when you go on your free trip to Maui, is all of these cute little things. And I collect. I'm just a hoarder with this stuff, and I'm like, no, I have got to share the cute wealth. And so I will do a drawing for everyone that was on here tonight. Let me screenshot, and I remember the people that have gotten off also. And we'll post the winner of this wonderful thing, and this will be in the mail this week. Yes, excited. I'm sorry, it's not like a super fancy thing, but I think it's really cool. Okay. And it's a piece of my heart that I'm allowing you to take huge. Into your home.
Big deal.
It's a big deal when I let things go. Okay. Love y'all. Good night. Oh, where the inside notes.